All right, now it looks like the UPS, United Parcel Service, has decided not to donate any more money for the Boy Scouts of America. And they read the signs and they read the writing on the wall that this is not really a popular thing to do anymore. So they followed Intel and other big companies and corporations stop donating money to the Boy Scouts. And to be honest with you, I don't think this is really one of the biggest issues of our time. I'll just say that. I don't think it is. What we can do on this issue is look, we have this problem with the Boy Scouts, and we will appreciate it for those of us, or those of you who are supporting the community, to don't really support them financially. And we can open up petitions if you like, but I don't think it should be a really hard stopping issue. Like some people were saying, well, if UPS doesn't stop donating, we should protest and we should boycott UPS. No, we can't do that. It's not going to work. If UPS continues to donate, well, let them do it. That's not really the issue. The issue is that the Boy Scouts has this stupid policy. And I always say this: look, why do you want to join the Boy Scouts? I know because it makes you into a man or whatever. I don't really get it. They wanted me to be a Cub Scout when I was a little kid. I said no, fuck you. I'm not gonna be a Cub Scout. Fucking gay. And it was for a lot of us boys. What? Because look, it's a Mexican neighborhood. What do you expect? What do you expect? We're gonna be, oh look, I'm a Cub Scout with your little uniform, walking down Cedar Street or on Warner or on Flower. That way, those are the streets I grew up in Santa Ana, California. What do you expect's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get yourself beaten up and bullied. And it's kind of funny that all these conservatives think, oh, the Boy Scouts is the last bastion of morality, of goodness, of masculinity. Fuck you. You know what happened to all these scouts that we had in our school that were wearing their little gay uniforms? Oh, they got their ass beaten. How about that? I'm not really. I'm not condoning bullying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's the reality of my past, of my childhood, and a lot of butt sex too. Mexicans love butt sex, but no, I mean, look, the organization is filled with pedophiles. It's filled with all this. Now they had to turn over 20,000 files of all these pedophiles that they were hiding. What the fuck was that about? We have another meltdown in the Boy Scouts of America. So why don't we want to be a part of that? I don't really get that. I just don't. I get the part that you say that we shouldn't discriminate against gays, but sometimes discrimination is good. For instance, let's say that the Bloods and the Crips, they say no gays allowed, but that's not really true. But let's say that the biggest, bloodiest gangs of America say no homos allowed, no homo. Would the gay rights groups be, hey, you Bloods and you Crips, you better allow gay gang members in? They're not gonna do that. So why should we do that to this shady criminal organization? Why should we do that? The only difference between the Boy Scouts of America and the Bloods and the Crips is that, well, the Bloods and the Crips, they're all in the streets. Boy Scouts of America, they're organized and they wear uniforms. I remember we had in our school, we had one of those assemblies, and the principal came out talking about respect, diversity, and all that bullshit. And he was trying to tell us, don't bully the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. Don't bully us anymore. It's funny. It's funny as shit. They were the ones that were crying and squirming like little pigs when they were being bullied. And yet they're this is where masculinity comes from. This is who you being a Boy Scout makes you into a man. What the fuck is that? Oh, what was popular back then was karate. I was in a karate class. Everybody in my class, all the boys were in karate class. Right? Because they thought that was masculine too. But hey, whatever. I took karate for about a year, 2 years, when I was in 5th grade. So, I quit that. I'm not really into that. I just did it because everybody else was doing it. All my friends were part of it. My dad really hated it. Oh, now I have to spend $200 just for you to go kick people and punch people. He didn't like paying the bill. But did it make me into a man? No. You know what made me into a man? It wasn't really bullying. It wasn't all that. What made me into a man was slowly but surely understanding the world around me and understanding that there are people out there to betray you, but you have allies. Understanding who you are, where you came from, and your future. Having knowledge, having information, doing research, and not yielding to bullshit, not being succumbed by hypes and all these other superficial things. How about being a little bit more real, a little bit more of a human being, and having compassion for your other fellow human beings? That is what makes you a man. Alright? Not wearing a little Boy Scout uniform or kicking ass in karate class. That doesn't make you into a man. But anyway, so will the Boy Scouts change? I don't know if they're gonna change. And I respect Zach Walls. I think Zach Walls is a great guy, and he's really cool. But he has to really realize what's gonna happen when the Boy Scouts allow gay people in. How about this? All the scout leaders have to be lesbians. That way we can avoid the abuse. All that child sex abuse. You know? Pedophiles are pretty smart. They know where to go get their prey. They know where to go. They know that the Boy Scouts, they let you in. Salvation Army, you heard about that? Anywhere where there are kids, and the parents will give up authority to another authoritarian figure, that's where pedophilia, molestation, child sex abuse will happen. It happened in the Catholic Church, the Mormon Church, the Jehovah's Witness Church. It can happen anywhere. Sometimes in school even. You know, schools are the last place that you should have sexual abuse. It happens when you have that much confidence into authoritarian figures. That's what happens. And in the Boy Scouts, that's what it is. You have to submit to authority. And you're going to have abuse. So the UPS should have just said no, because we don't want to fund your pedophilic ways. But they went on this thing. We don't want to upset the gay people. I think UPS said, UPS probably wanted to not donate anymore. There are a lot of companies who are like, let's try to cut down our donations because of the economy. They have to have tight budgets now and all that. So they're looking for excuses. And I'm not saying that what UPS did was bad or should be ignored. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that companies like to do this a lot. So if they say, well, the Boy Scouts are anti-gay, so we're not going to donate there, that's a good excuse. And it pretty much is a good excuse. But the Boy Scouts has, there's many other excuses why we should not support the Boy Scouts. Not just because of the anti-gay policies, but the child sex abuse, the fact that they hide pedophiles and all that. I mean, that should be a concern. as well. So take it from me. Look, my life is not hindered or is not destroyed or somehow lessened because I wasn't a Boy Scout or a Cub Scout. Believe me, nobody in my school felt that way. Nobody in my school felt that way. There were Girl Scouts, obviously, and we tolerated the Girl Scouts because they were out there with their little uniforms and their little berets and their cookies and all that, having bake sales. But it looked kind of weird for a lot of us, to have Boy Scouts doing the same thing. We're not really, doing cookies or all that, or wearing skirts almost. But the fact that you're wearing that, I don't know what it was. It just seems kind of fruity to us. And it did. But they tried to indoctrinate us. They did. They went over to my class, the Boy Scouts. They said that everybody in my class was a Cub Scout now. And one day they did that. They came over. They said, okay, this is how you tie a knot, whatever, which was pretty simple. And I'm like, how does this make you into a man? What the fuck is this shit? And everybody was looking around like, what the fuck are we doing this for? Like, I know this is better than doing work or reading something or something, because we were really lazy back then. But we don't want to do this. This is really creepy. And then they made us take an oath, all of us. This is really the indoctrination that nobody seems to know. Because when you have, let's say a gay activist went into an elementary school class and they said, alright, this is how you put on a condom. This is how you put on a condom. This is how you fist your boyfriend. This is how you whip him, with a whip. This is where you get your gay porn from. And what else is there in the gay lifestyle? Oh, this is a map of the local gay clubs. And I'm gonna show you how to log on to Grindr and set up your account on Grindr. Imagine if we did that. Oh, there will be upheaval. There will be upheaval. Parents will come out and will kill us. But it's okay for the Boy Scouts to come in, the pedophiles to come in and indoctrinate your kid into this fruity little club. That's fine. So they can be molested later on. I'm telling you, people are so fucked up, in their priorities. School is all about, the conservatives always say school should be about science, math, and all that, right? Well, if it is, then why are you allowing the Boy Scouts to come into my classroom when I was a little kid and indoctrinate me into their ways? Forcing me to take an oath. And I didn't know what the fuck that oath was. I didn't know what it meant. What was that about? That had nothing to do with science or math. Directly. Or reading or something like that. Well, yeah, they made us read the oath, but they never asked us, oh, did you understand what you just read? No. They never did that. So, stupid conservatives are just way beyond help now. Way beyond help. Alright. There you have it. UPS. Save the day. Came in and said no more donations for the Boy Scouts. Oh, boo-hoo.